Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we're going to take on the next version of the RIMURU'S Predation Quest, the once-a-week skill enhancement quest that they've introduced. This is the second time they've done it. The first time they gave us attack skill enhancement materials. This time it's magic. I expect that the next coming weeks we will get the defense and then body and spirit ones as well. It still does have the move out limit, which restricts you from no EX characters, so this does require you to use free-to-play characters or old 5 stars, so definitely still not, newer player friendly, because a lot of people don't have a lot of free-to-play characters built up, and they don't have a lot of old 5 stars, so I do hope they change it in the future. I think that for this one and probably the next two, we're going to be locked to this, and hopefully after that they can go back and change them, because I assume that all of these are already done. But this is going to be difficult for people that don't have a lot of old characters built up, which I think is an unfortunate thing, but not like we can do anything about it right now. So other than that, this is extreme. There's a 7-turn limit, and first off, he has really high attack, which means he deletes a lot of your predator gauge very quickly, especially if he does AoEs. He also has a 20% chance to guard. He also lowers your attack. He nerfs oranges. He stuns somebody. So, you don't build up a lot of gauge when you hit him, and he removes a lot of it when you do get hit. So this requires you to have, an okay offense, but also some kind of defensive ability to negate him removing so much gauge. So let's build a team that can do such things, or maybe be able to do such things, and we'll come back. Okay, so what I have here is a team that can really get the job done fairly easily, and that's because you can stun, right? So Veldora, stacking Green Protector, first anniversary, he's quite old. Free-to-play Aaron, free-to-play Isis, Guy, Octagram Guy, technically free-to-play because he doesn't require money. Then we've got Milim, who is skill-fused, so take that with a grain of salt. And then Earth Mirren. And the only thing we're going to do is we're going to get some points, get some stacks of Veldora, and then just stun his ass until we can just move on with our life. And if he can't hit us because he's stunned, well, he can't remove our gauge. And it might take a few turns to really get up there, but it is what it is. And so I think we reset. So we reset for a 5-hand of something here. It was 5 Milims, we brought Mirren in. And you can do that. I mean, it does cost stamina every time you reset, unfortunately, because it's a Predator battle, but you'd maybe just run with it, whatever hand you get, as long as you can get a protector or something. Here's kind of unfortunate because Aaron does get stunned, and I would have loved to use her orb change. So if your Milim is not skill fused, she wouldn't be able to change this, but mine is, so I'm going to use it. So just keep that in mind. You might just have to burn an extra turn, but after this turn is over, we're going to have a lot of points. So we're going to use the Isis green buff. We'll bring Milim in. We'll use her orb change. We'll reset with Veldora, gives a little bit of extra buff, raise our skill cap higher, give us a magic buff so we hit a little bit harder on this type advantage Earth alt, and then from here on out, it's just stun. We got 119 points, 36k is not a lot, but he's going to delete most of it right here, so it's kind of futile, but after this, he didn't actually take off that much. But now the stun is gone. Our attack is lowered, unfortunate, but we have a pretty good hand and we can just change it. We don't technically have to bring Isis in at all. We've used her green buff. So again, if your Milim is not skill fused, you'd have to bring Isis in. But if you're not, then Milim doesn't even have any orbs, so it's you're not really losing anything here. And now we bring Guy in, and then we just stun. And we do this over and over and over until the bar is full, and he literally can't hit you. He can't even guard, because you can't guard when you're stunned, in case you didn't know that. Which does not carry over into some other games, I found. That logic is not sound in some other games. But in this game, if you're stunned, you can't defend against anything unless you have defense up that's passive or something. But guard, you must actively be around for. But stun him again. Do it again. Now we have an EX alt, quote-unquote, with Mirren. So what can we do? Well, we can orb change. We could do some buffs. We could literally do anything, because the world is our oyster. And he, again, can't delete any of our gauge. So you know what? Let's use the alt buff. Let's use Veldora, give us that magic buff now. It's up to 55%, I think is what I saw right there. And then with Mirren and a full hand of greens, even if we don't get the meter up, we still have 3 more turns where we could just keep them stunned. But thankfully, we're gonna hit that top level right here, and we're done. Like, the fight's over. So if you can build any sort of stun team, like you don't even have to have an Earth Nuker, just build a viable stun team, and you can clear the fight. It's pretty simple. You just need someone to stun. If you don't have anyone to stun, it becomes a little bit more of an issue, unfortunately. So, I mean, that's my team that I used. Let's cut over, and we'll look at some options that I could give you. Since I obviously can't take the stage on again, I can't go into the fight. But if you, for some reason, don't have First Annie Veldora, and you were playing during Protector of Peace, Frey. Frey is actually a really, really good stacking green Protector who's free to play. She's just budget Veldora, so you just do the same thing. And even here, we're going to run with Space Millum as our nuking character. Not even type advantage. We'll bring Veldora for his green buff, an orb change, Aaron, Isis, again, you don't really need Isis if you got this, but she's dedicated blue orbs, and then Guy to stun. Follow the same kind of principle there. You could also run the light 3.0 stun team with Raphael, who was given away for free, get him out of some of the shops. Shuna stacking gives you a lot of points, so you could run this, and Raphael is going to be your stun character, so you don't need Guy, and you just run orb changers, green orbs, her own orbs, orange orbs, special convert, and you just build up some points, and stun his ass, and then nuke him with Raphael, with maybe the stun strike, the alt resistance down, the pierce, the light buff or something, and eventually, within 7 turns, like you'll max out that meter. It's just that Raphael's stun does cost quite a bit more than Guy. Or you could build, and I didn't test this, but you could attempt to build a Prosper Ritas team with the new Ritas. So she gives guaranteed guard and a 25% chance to super guard, which means that you'll cut down the damage that you take, which means that the armor source won't delete as much of your gauge as normal. Orb changer for blues, orb changer for blues, orb changer for blues. Mirren as a type advantage. Ritas is going to give someone a shield, which will completely negate loss of gauge if she hits, or if the armor source hits someone. And then Soe, who can, if he's skill fused, give you extra defense and lower its attack, meaning that you'll take even less damage. So if you can run a full defense team, it might take you a while, like all 7 turns. But in theory, this could work. Or you could just do something stupid with Vengeance Yom, wherever he is. Like you can run a green team with Vengeance and do Albus or something. Not bad Albus, this Albus. And do this. And Vengeance will hit damage. The armor source has really high attack, which means Vengeance will do a lot. And as long as you can give yourself some moderate defense, like you leave Soe here for orb changing, and you bring like Wind Lumi or something. Where are you? Wind Lumi as an orb changer, and I guess you could actually leave Ritas for the shield just for funsy onesies. And then you bring maybe free-to-play Aaron as an Earth character and another orb changer. Like, the Vengeance can probably get you through as well. So there are a number of options that you could do to attempt to beat this stupid stage with its stupid move-out requirement of no EX characters. But, let me know in the comments below what you used to take on this fight so other people can see and build off of whatever got you through the fight. Put it in the comments below. But that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.